Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard, I'm Penge, and welcome to Castle vs Castle, which is a 1v1 castle battler game where we try to build up our own castle whilst also trying to destroy the castle of our enemy, but of course our enemy are trying to do the very same thing. So as we play we choose different cards, and these cards can build up our castle a bit to make it taller and more robust. They could attack the enemy to cause them damage, they could deploy some sort of magic, there's all sorts of crazy spell stuff going on, and eventually if we do emerge victorious, either by destroying the enemy or by making our castle incredibly tall, then we get to unlock all sorts of very lovely goodies indeed. And it's all presented in this rather wonderful minimalist style, this sort of black and white arty style, which I do really quite like. So do you know what I think? Without any further ado, let's get on with it, shall we? Let's jump into the demo of Castle vs Castle, because we are playing the demo today, and do a little bit of castle battling. Okie doke, here we go, and I don't think the demo has a tutorial just yet. So the game started up, thrown us right into the action, and it's going, do you know what, just play the game a bit, you'll figure it out, it's all going to be fine. So let's see if we can figure it out, and then we can see if it shall indeed all be fine. Now I think, looking at what we've got going on, that there is our castle, because over here it says P1, and over here that's the enemy castle, because up in the corner it says CPU. So that's the enemy and that's us. And then floating around on top of our castle we've got a little witch's hat, which is exciting, and that I assume is linking down to the magic value over here of 2. And then we've got sort of like a knight's helmet, which is linking to the attack value over here of 2. And then we've got a sort of like a builder's hard hat type thing, which is linking over to the build value here of 2. But then we've also got other things in these sort of subcategories, and then at the top there is a generic castle value of 8. And I don't really know what any of this stuff does right now, so hopefully we can figure it all out. But yeah, in the build category, we've got these sort of, the builder's hat with a value of 2, but then we've got a brick with a value of 4. And it's the same for attack. The knight helmet's got a value of 2, and there's a sword with a value of 4. And then in magic, we have the sort of witch's hat with a value of 2, and then a very exciting star wand with a value of 4. And it looks like the enemy have the exact same sort of a thing. Okay. And then across the top, we've got, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards there. And then down the bottom here, we have all these other things that I assume we need to play. I guess we've got to kind of pick these, and then do they slot over here possibly? I'm not entirely sure. So that one raises the castle by 1. So is that possibly the castle height maybe? Do we start with a castle height of 8? I'm not sure. It's a voyage into the unknown, all this kind of stuff. So that raises the castle by 1. That summons 8 bricks. The cleave card here does an attack with a value of 2. So I guess that would cause them damage. This card here I think might be greyed out. Maybe we don't have what we need to play that card, so we can't summon a witch. There is Enthrall, summon 8 magic, and there's Boost, castle plus 2, so that's a bit of a better version of that. And then there's Augment, castle plus 3, and then Alchemy, summon 8 weapons. Okay, right, here we go. Let's try and do a thing, shall we? Let's do something relatively safe. Let's just do this. So I'm going to click that and see what happens. So let's try and raise our castle by 1. So I'm going to click that. Okay. Right. I think it got a little bit taller. Okay, right. So it's turn-based. So we had our turn and then they had their turn. So they have summoned some magic. Oh, right. I see. I see what's happening. Okay, so our attack value here, for example, looking at this, that was 2. So every turn, we're generating 2 attack points, which go down to here because, yeah, we started with 4, and now on the next turn, we've got 6. And the same for magic, and I think we must have used some bricks to build up our castle, which would make sense. So I think it might have gone down by 1, so from 4 to 3, and then it's been topped up by 2, because the sort of hard hat thing there has a value of 2. Okay, right, and then a castle sort of height, if you like, has gone up to 9. Right, I see. Okay, so do we want to... Hang on, so does that use... that, look, in the corner. Okay, so that uses 2 of those, does it? So if we try and cleave them, is that going to cause some damage? So let's do that. So we shall cleave. Right, we've caused 2 points of damage to them. So their castle has sort of shrunk a little bit. Right, I see. Okay, I think let's try and make our castle incredibly tall then, because that seems to be quite a good defense mechanism. So we'll do that, and then we'll try and sort of attack them a bit. So if we solidify by summoning 8 bricks. Okay, so we've got 15 bricks in play. They've just attacked us, but now we can boost our castle using 3 bricks by the look of it. Yes, okay, so 14. And then, okay, they just undid all that. But then we can augment our castle to make it taller again. And they've just knocked it back down again. Okay, that seems a bit rude. Oh, hang on. What do we do with these? Hang on, there's a knight. Gain +1 weapons on each turn. So we're going to get even more weapons. Okay, do you know what? We will do that, I think. So it cost quite a lot of those. But now... Oh, hang on. What was that? What did that do? Hang on, something exciting happened there and I didn't see what it was. I think the next attack is going to be flung back at us. That's not very good, is it? Oh dear. I was going to do that, but that's just going to cause us some damage. Okay, right. We will deploy some other things. Let's do this. Let's summon some magic, shall we? Okay. Right. Oh, even that got reversed. Oh, and then they just depleted our bricks. How are they using these? How are they using these things at the top? I'm going to click one of those and see what happens. Okay, nothing. Okay, there must be some special card thing, I imagine, which means we can then access one of these cards over here, which maybe are ones that we can't get in our regular hand down here. I do not know. Okay, right. Let's do an attack, because that is quite a big attack on them. Okay, so they're down to just 3, and then it said the end is nigh. A little sort of sign came in on legs, so the end is nigh, and then they rebuilt the castle up, and it's turned around and said, never mind. And it just walked away. That was very silly. Okay, we will augment our castle. Okay, oh, look how big the castle is. Okay, they've summoned 8 weapons. Oh, no. That's the enemy's hand. That's the enemy's hand. Of course it is. It's so obvious now. Yeah, that's their hand. This is our hand. And that's their hand. That's how they're picking things from here, because that's their hand of cards. Okay, right, there we go. There we go. I possibly feel like I should have realised that a little bit earlier, but there we go. We got there in the end, as we often do. Okay, so what can we do now? So I think, yeah, all of these things are requiring quite a lot of sort of attack power and such. How about we summon 8 weapons? Let's do that. So that is 4 magic then, is it? Okay, so if we do that, yes. Okay, so now I've got 20 weapons. They've just built their castle up by 7. Okay, that's really unfortunate, because I was going to do a big attack, and we can do it anyway. Let's do that. Right, Fury. Okay, so boom. Their castle goes back down to 3. It says the end is nigh. Right, they've sort of depleted our brick supply, but I think that's fine. So I think let's gain some weapons each turn. Okay, that's quite good. They've summoned some bricks. Oh, it's only an attack of 2. Okay, we shall cleave at them. Right, have they got a castle anymore? Oh, okay, right. They've topped it back up again. I was going to say sort of a tiny, more of a wall than a castle, but okay. We will do, yeah, just do a little basic attack. Just cause a tiny bit of damage. They have just defeated us. Okay. Brilliant. Okay, there we go. We got 1 XP. Right, play again. Now we know what's going on. I think possibly we might be able to do things a little bit better. Okay, so let's start with an attack. Just go straight in. Just boom. Knock them down a little bit from the very off. They've summoned some magic. Okay, we will then augment our castle to make it bigger. That's quite good. They're gaining more weapons. Okay, we will then summon... Oh, hang on. We could do... no, they've not got any weapons. Okay, don't use that right now. We will summon 8 weapons. Okay, so up to 14 weapons. They've got a witch. We'll raise the castle up a little bit more. There we go. Oh, when you do that, the builder gets a big sort of spanner wrench type thing out and does some building. Okay, that's quite fun. Oh, I was looking over here at the builder actually building stuff, and I don't know what this does. What does that do? Can we click on that and find out? No. Okay, I don't know what that does. I'm just going to attack, and I imagine have we got to destroy that before we can then get to their castle, possibly. Let's just find out what happened. Yeah, it blocked it. Okay, that's fine. That's okay. Right, they've attacked us. We will then hang on. Yeah, summon 8 bricks. We'll do that. And then we can use an engineer to then gain more bricks each turn. So yeah, do that, please. So the engineer's value goes up to 3. Okay, right, that's quite good. Their castle goes up a little bit. Okay, we'll now do this. So let's deplete their weapon supply. So boom. There we go. So we've crept in the night and melted their weapons down, which is quite fun. We'll stab them. Okay, so now we're 8 versus 8. We're kind of back where we were at the very start, look, but with just different varieties of things now. We will swarm them. Okay, right. They're down to 5. Oh, we can do this. Castle plus 8. Oh, yes. There you go, buildy chap. Oh, that was very good. Okay, they're going to stop the next attack. So use that, because it's a rubbish attack. It's just one thing. So there we go. That's better. We do appear to have... Oh, my goodness me. Our big castle has plummeted. There is a robot. There is a robot here. After 10 turns, does 22 damage. So we deploy a robot, and then it just sort of sits there for 10 turns, and then it just, I don't know, charges up and then will just vaporize the enemy. Okay, that's quite fun. We'll do the witch thing, because that means we can have more magic, because there's a magic thing down here. They're summoning weapons. Oh. Attack 12. Okay, we don't need the robot. We can just do this. We've got 28 weapons, and boom, there we go. They've been obliterated. That's how you're supposed to do it. Okay, so we now get to pick a reward. So do we pick starting castle increases by 1? Okay, so that's the height. So that'll go up to 9. Or starting weapons increase by 1. Does that mean the knight increases by 1, or we just get 5 rather than 4? I'd rather go with a slightly taller castle, because, that's the key to everything. If the castle is a bit taller, then, it's going to take the enemy longer to knock it down. So we'll go for that, and it's a permanent thing. Okay, there we go. We start with a slightly taller castle. Wonderful. Okay, now is it exactly the same, apart from we've got an extra bit of height? No, okay, so we've got a bit of height, but they've got a slightly better wizardy person. Okay, that's a bit outrageous, isn't it? Okay, so let's just do an immediate attack. Just take that off them. That's fine. They've then come back and attacked us. So, yeah, it's all square already. Okay, fine. We will... Can we... Oh, yeah, hang on a minute. Weapons. Weapons will be quite good. If we can get 18, look. So summon 8 weapons. We've got 12 weapons. They've just stolen all of our magic. Oh, that's a little bit outrageous, isn't it? Can we discard a card? How about we... Oh, all plus 1. Oh my, that's 45 magic. Everything goes up by 1 for us, and the enemy lose everything by 1. Okay, that's a bit bonkers, isn't it? I don't know how to skip my turn. I don't want to do that, but I can't see any other alternative. Transfer enemy stocks. 5. Not enough weapons. Okay, can I... Hang on. Does that discard the whole row? Because that is quite a good card. Yeah, what does discard do? Can we pick one card to chuck in the bin? Or does it get rid of every single card here and refresh the entire hand? I'm going to press discard, and we shall see what happens. Here we go. Right, no. Okay, so we shall discard. We're never going to get around to using that, so we'll get rid of that chaos card. Okay, so our turn was getting rid of that. Okay, that's fine. Right. We can now do this. We could plunder, but I think we save up for this. I think we save up for that. It's only next turn that's going to happen. So we will do... Let's do this. Let's summon some magic, and then maybe we can do some magic-y stuff at some point. They've gathered bricks, but now we can do this. Attack 9. Okay, boom. There we go. Right. It's looking bad for them. In comes a little sign, but they've kind of built back up again, which is fine. We will put in a blockade to stop the next attack. Okay, so a little bit of free defense. They're building back up. We shall... Stab. I want to keep that in case they put down a rubbish, like a card like that. And then we can use our rubbish attack to effectively kind of waste it, but get rid of any defenses they have. So we'll do that. We'll summon some more magic. Okay. We'll do the witch. Okay, there we go. This is all fine. Oh, enemy bricks, -8. Yeah, do that. Do a bit of magic on them to, I don't know, cause their bricks to fall apart or whatever. They've built their castle up. Okay, we will do that. Run over, knock their castle back down again. Away with you. Our weapons are down to hardly anything, which is a bit unfortunate. We will... what can we do? What can we do? Let's get rid of that. That can be our turn. So discard that. Okay, another little kind of stab. And here we go. We can do all of these things now. So let's do a roadblock. We're just adding things in front of our castle. And there we go. Their card was blocked. Okay, right. That's quite good. We will then do a swarm. Okay, there you go. Knock that down. They used an attack on us, but our blockade stopped it, which is good. We will then, I think, let's use this big pile of magic we've got to increase our castle by 7. That's got to be quite good. There we go. There we go. We have the high ground. They've only got 5, but we haven't got much in the way of attack. We've got 2 stabs, and that's kind of it. Okay, boost the castle. Do that again. Now, I think... Oh, botherations. Okay, we'd work hard to get our castle back at all. I think, from what I recall of reading the Steam Store page bits and bobs, I think there is a set height you can get to claim victory. So you can destroy the enemy castle, but there is a set height. But the thing is, I can't recall exactly what height that was. I don't know if it was... Yeah, so a height of 20 or a height of 30 or 50 or whatever. I can't remember. So let's just carry on. And if we do get to that point where we have a very tall castle, maybe we can find out. Okay, right. Do that attack because that gets them down to 2. The end is nigh. Okay, they've built their castle up and nicked a bit of ours, which is outrageous. We'll do a stab on them. They're down to 4. They nick some of our magic, which is a shame. We'll do a stab on them again. We haven't got many cards that we can play because they're all fancy cards. Oh no. Okay, the end is nigh for both of us. Okay, we can cause them 2 points of damage, but yeah, that's okay. That's okay. They'll be down to just 1 castle level, but they could cause us 3. So let's give it a go. Right, so do a cleave action, and they've done 1. But now we've got nothing to do. Okay, we shall summon some magic and hope that they haven't got a card that causes us 2 points of damage. Because if they have, then it's all going to be over. What are they going to do? They're gaining bricks. Okay, here we go. Right, roadblock. Stop the next card. So whatever card they play next, we're going to block it. Yes, do that, please. So whatever card you do, that's it. Right, you didn't get to raise your castle because we stopped it. And here we go. We can do a bolt. We can do a magical bolt on you guys to zap you into oblivion. And there we go. Told you so, says the little sign. Okay, choose your reward. Oh, the agony of choice. Do we pick concrete or do we pick concrete? Oh, which one do we go for? Oh, lovely people, it's an agonizing choice. Let's go for concrete, shall we? There we go. So we get an additional brick to begin with. Okay. Right, that's fine. So, right, so now it looks like, hang on, they also have an additional brick and they've got the additional magic thing. Okay, let's summon 8 weapons. We'll do that because weapons are handy. They've stole our bricks, which is, let's be honest, just downright rude. If we saved up quite a lot of bricks, we could deploy a robot. A robot does seem a little bit of a weird thing. Because, although, to be fair, there is a sort of a hard hat, like a modern day sort of builder's hard hat thing. But yeah, we're building castles, and we've got a magic person. There's a witch, and then we've got a knight doing the fighting. Little kind of knight characters running around. They're quite fun. But yeah, there is a builder. But yeah, a robot just seems a little bit sort of anachronistic to the situation we're in terms of castles. Just get a big robot in. But yeah, it's fine. Okay, if we save up another 2 attack points, we could do Fury on them, which would be quite devastating. So I think let's take out... oh, these are all quite good cards, though. These are all quite good. How about we, for our turn, discard... Let's discard that witch card. There we go. Oh, and it's another robot. Okay, right, we've been attacked, which probably isn't great news, is it? Okay, how about we attack them with this? So we're going to have to save up some more sword point things. Although, yeah, if we just wait to next turn, we could then do Fury on them, and it'll just defeat them. So we've got 2 robots. We're not likely to do that. So get rid of that robot. Okay, right. I think, here we go. We can just take them out immediately. So boom, and sorted. Oh, that's not a treasure chest thing. That is like a little box of goodies. Okie dokie, right, different types of rewards. So we can either re-roll our reward cards next time with a fancy dice, or we could start with a mirror. Do you know what? Let's choose to re-roll our reward cards. Let's go for that, shall we? So yeah, next time we can choose different things. Well, okay, we can roll for different things, and it might be better, it might be worse. We shall see. Okie dokie. Right, so again, they start with more bricks. They start with 6 bricks now. That's a little bit unfair, isn't it? Okay, how about we summon some bricks? There we go. Nice and simple. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Can we... Oh, we need some more magic. We need a bit more magic. And then we can summon even more bricks. And then potentially get a robot. And then just try and sort of hang on for 10 turns. And let the robot do its thing. That might be quite fun. For our turn, we shall discard this witch, because we have 2 of them. They've summoned weapons. Okay, so summon 8 more bricks. Okay, so we've got 25 bricks. They've just killed us. Okay. Botherations. Oh, I had a plan. We were going to have a robot. We were going to have a robot, you guys. What do you have against robots? I'm going to get the robots union on you. That was very mean. Okay, right. And we've only got 8 XP. Okay, right, let's give that another go, but let's try and get back to stage 4, because we know we can get that far. So let me just try and get back to stage 4 and see what's going on and see, you know, what rewards we've got and all that kind of stuff. But right, here we go. Let's give another go and try and get back to where we were. Right, okay, so I won't lie. I have had to have many attempts to get to where we are right now, and we're only on the 3rd level again, I think. So I think this is our 5th attempt. So the first time we went out on the 1st level, and then we went out on the 1st level again. Then I think we went out on the 2nd level, and then we went out on the 1st level again. So not exactly covering ourselves in glory, but now we're here on attempt number 5, where we're on the 3rd level. But completing the 2nd level gave us this. Not just a reward. Oh no, it's a cursed reward. Thanks, game. That's a bit mean, isn't it? That does feel a bit mean. You work really hard to get this victory, and your reward is a curse. Brilliant stuff. So we can either choose Obstruct, which means our opponent starts with a roadblock, so that'll negate the first card that we play, or they could start with a blockade, which negates the first attack that we throw against them. I think we go for a roadblock, and then just play some really rubbishy card, and that can just kind of be wasted. It'll be like a sacrificial card. So let's see what we do with that. So, okay, we'll go for that. So it's a single-use thing. So go to the next stage. Okay, so stage 3. But there is their roadblock. Okay, so how about we use that? So enemy magic -8. It's not really that effective because they've only got 4 anyway. So that can just kind of be wasted. So there you go. That's destroyed by their roadblock. And there we go. Okie dokie. Right, so back we go again. So yeah, we've got these sort of the regular sort of castle height increase thing. But yeah, we've just picked up that curse thing, so that's not particularly great. Do you know what? Let's play through this, shall we? So yeah, we'll have a nice bit of sort of castle height to try and match yours. That's fine. And then, do you know what? We'll do it again because, you know, the taller the castle is, the safer we are. They've brought it back down, which seems a bit mean, but okay, so we'll put it back up again. Stop knocking our castle down. Okay. That worried me then for a second, but they've discarded that really good attack. Okay, that's fine. That's all fine. We have got sort of 12 attack points. The only thing is we haven't got very good attack cards, which is a bit of a shame. We shall summon 8 bricks. Let's use magic to conjure up some bricks. That's quite handy. Oh, and they've nicked some of our stuff with their deplete card. That's just a bit mean. Okay, given that we haven't got very good attacks, let's go for that and pick up more sort of fighty points every single turn. They've done that thing where they add to their castle and rob from ours, which seems a bit mean. So we'll then go and do that and knock them down a little bit. They're then going to cause us a big pile of damage. We will go for a roadblocks. Your next card is completely pointless. Okay, not the best card, but it's fine. Let's do... I wouldn't mind doing that on them, actually. So let's summon some magic. And then maybe we can... Oh, they got rid of the robot. Phew. Okay. I still would like to deploy a robot. Before the end of the game, before we wrap things up, I'd love to have a look at what the robot does and how it works. So, yeah, that could be quite fun. We'll see what we can do with that. Here we go. Let's do that. So that's going to be 4 points of damage. Okay, down to 9. Yeah, it is quite close. It is quite close. I will say that from the games that I've played so far, the balance does sometimes seem a little bit wibbly. It seems a little bit too random. And I suppose it is supposed to be random. These are random cards. But sometimes on some of the games I played earlier, off camera, it did feel like the AI, the CPU, was just, they had all the best cards. There was a point where we had loads of cards that we couldn't play because they were all like this. So we just couldn't do anything. So we had to keep discarding cards. And it just felt a bit like, they were constantly attacking us and nicking our resources and such like. And we couldn't do anything. We were slightly powerless. So maybe... possibly the balance needs a teeny tiny tweak. Maybe I'm rubbish at the game. I don't know. Okay, let's summon a big load of weapons. That might be helpful. They've summoned some bricks. Okay, we shall deplete their stocks. That's quite good. So just sort of, remove stuff from them. That's going to stop the next attack, but we'll just do that. We'll just do a little rubbishy stab, and that wastes their blockade thing. That caused us quite a bit of damage. So how about we do that? We nick a bit of their castle and add it onto ours, and they've just topped it all back up again. But okay, do you know what? Anything you can do, we can do by being hit by lightning. Okay, no, that was bad. However, we can use magic to top the castle back up again. Yay for magic. So it got hit by lightning, and then we just topped it back up again with magic. Okay, right, we'll hit you a bit. Okay, you're going to get some more stuff. And now we're just down to this again, look. Just down to not being able to do much. We'll keep that. I think we keep that just in case they put another blockade up. So how about we discard that chaos card, because that's just a bit silly. And then, can we crumble your bricks, please? So you can do less building, because that'd be quite nice. They're gaining quite a lot of fighty cards. They've got 5 knight cards now. That's a little bit worrying. We'll do an engineer to try to get more bricks. But I feel like they are going to... Oh, they've just negated all our bricks. They're going to get a really strong kind of card thing, aren't they? Which is bad. Okay, let's just... I don't know, do we use that? Because now I've got 2 of these stats. Let's use that one. So, boop. There you go. Take 1 little bit off. That's fine. They've depleted our magic. Transfer enemy stocks. Yeah, we'll take 5 of your things, thanks, and top our own stuff up. That's very exciting. I like that. Thanks. We could then put a blockade down. So anything they do to attack us is going to be blocked, which is quite nice. They nick some of our stuff, which is a bit less nice. Let's crumble their bricks. There we go. No, botherations. Really? Right. Okay. No, that's fine. Is that fine? Let's get rid of the witch. Don't want to do that. There's a robot. Okay, I think that blockade just saved us, because that was a bolt and they cause 8 points of damage. So yeah, that was quite handy. If we could get a robot, that would be amazing, but I don't think we've got the cards to do so, which is a bit of a shame. We'll do that, look, and try and get more over time. And I think that is it. Okay, and that's what I mean. Look, I've had many attempts. I've had so many attempts, and I haven't been able to get back to stage 4. Because sometimes that just happens. The enemy just have like amazing cards and we don't. And if you're playing against another person, that's kind of how that would work. But maybe in a 1v1 against the AI, you might feel like you'd have a little tiny advantage. But yeah, it does seem to be quite harsh. It is quite unforgiving. So, right, I'm going to go back and give it one final go, unless we get to deploy a robot at some point. because then we're going to come straight back. But yeah, I want to try and get to stage 4 again. So here we go. Right, and what have we got? So already, look, sort of 4 cards we can't really use. But, okay, here we go. Right, let's try and just dive back in and see what we can do. And maybe next time we won't get a curse thing. We could just get some nice rewards. Thank you very much. But, right, let's keep on doing all this stuff. Let's see what we can do. Oh, botherations. Okay, right. So I've just completed level 3, which is a good thing. And, you know, we've worked hard to get through those levels. So we've completed level 3. And what do we get as a reward? We get a cursed item again. Oh, thanks, game. Wonderful. I'm glad we worked really hard. So we can either choose to have our opponent begin with a mirror or with a blockade. The mirrors, I think, are a bit more troublesome, so we shall take a blockade. Brilliant. Okay, so we're back on stage 4, but now they've got a little blockade thing. So do you know what? To get rid of it, let's use that stab. Just straight away. There we go. That's out of the way. Our attack is wasted, but now we're sort of back on sort of, you know, level sort of terms, I would say. So how about we boost our castle up a little bit, because that's important. They've just knocked it right down again, which is a bit mean. We will summon... We haven't got anything that needs magic right now. We have got that. That would be amazing. If we could start... Oh, here we go. Enemy weapons. No, we don't want to do that. Okay, we'll summon some magic. We'll get some magic. They've just destroyed our bricks. But yes, if we can then get magic, we'll get rid of your weapons, so you can't attack us. That's quite nice. And they've just summoned some weapons straight back. Well, of course they have. Okay, raise the castle up by 1. Boop, thanks. They're now going to get more magic per turn. They get 4 per turn from their knight, as opposed to our 2. Again, they get 4 attack every turn and 4 magic every turn, as opposed to our 2. Deary me. Okay, how about we just do a nice simple attack, just to make sure that your castle is a little bit smaller than ours. They get 5 now every turn. Okay, deplete their magic, so they can't use magic stuff at us. They've depleted our magic. Right, deplete their weapons. It's just a battle of depletions. They've literally depleted us, so we can't do anything at all. Marvellous. Okay, chuck the engineer away, because we'll probably get another one of them. They've crumbled our bricks. Okay, we could transfer the enemy stocks, or if we went to next turn, we can get that card deployed. Okay, we have to hope they haven't got anything that can cause 8 points of damage to us, because that would be a little bit sad. So we'll get rid of chaos, and we'll see what they do. Bother. Okay, we can do this to them, but it's not going to take them down. They're going to be in a bad way, but... Oh, no, hang on. We can do it. We can do it. 1 little pokey stab, and there we go. We've just completed level 4. So we can start with the roadblock or start with a blockade. We'll start with the roadblock, because they're quite good. So the first card they play is just effectively a wasted card. So we'll go for that. And now we're on stage 5. Okay, right. This is quite good. I'm quite happy that we've got stage 5. So how about we begin by making our castle a bit taller? I still haven't figured out the height thing. I don't know how high we need to make the castle to win by default. I don't know what the height is. Let's get rid of your weapons, actually, so you can't attack us with those. That's quite good. You put an engineer in. Okay. So how about we give ourselves some bricks like that, and then we get a blockade in to protect us against your next attack. So there you go. We'll pop that in. That's quite handy. Oh, there we go. That just saved us 3 sort of castle point things, which is quite nice. We're only getting 2 of those points every turn. That's not very good, is it? The fighty points. We have got demolish here for 28, but that's not going to be used for ages. We could do that for 3. Let's do that. So they're down to 5. They are building up their knight, though. We will raise the castle up by 1. Because that seems sensible. That's fine. They raise it up by 2. Let's deplete their bricks to stop any castle building plans. They've depleted our weapons. We just top them back up again. There we go. Just tit for tat silly nonsense going on. We will get some more bricks. Thank you. And they've attacked us. We will do this. So castle plus 8. So there you go. So we get a massive, big, giant castle now staring down at them. Away with you. Okay, we shall deplete your stocks. Let's just poke at them. There we go. They're down to 9. Which see, oh, well, I was going to say, I bet they've got a card that can just level things up. Of course they have. We'll do that, look. We'll do that. We'll do what they're doing with their knight. They've stolen our stuff, which is a bit mean. We'll do that again. And then I want to raise the castle up if we can. They're nicking all of our things. Okay, raise the castle up by 1. And now, I don't... oh, yeah, we can play a card. Okay, they've got so much magic. Is it even worth depleting their magic? Let's just summon some magic for ourselves and see what we can do. Now, botherations. Okay, do you know what? Let's just do that. Enemy magic -8. It won't make any difference. That's just kind of wasted our card, but wasted their blockade. That's fine. Okay, we're on 16. 16 attack. If we could get demolish in, that would be quite good. That'd be 4. Do you know, enemy weapons. Bring their weapons down, so they're less likely to attack us. Okay, right, they're going to reflect that back, do the little rubbish attack. Okay, that's fine. They're going to attack us for 4. We're in dire straits. Ah, here we go, look. Here we go. Splendid. Build up our castle at the expense of theirs. That's fine. There's the robot. We're nowhere near getting the robot in, which is a little bit of a shame. Okay, if we can survive until next turn, we can deploy Demolish and take them out. The only thing is, of course, there is the risk that on their next turn, they will destroy us. But we can't build up the castle anyway, and we've got no defences. So let's just go for the witch. Go like that. What are they going to do? They've summoned bricks. Okay, right, demolish you guys, and boom, and down you go. And it's not cursed, yay. Oh, there we go. Thank you for playing the demo. We hope you enjoyed your time with Castle. Let's see, a Castle v Castle. I would read the V as versus. So Castle versus Castle. The full game doesn't end here. More treasures and challenges await you. But yeah, there we go. That is it. We've reached the end of the demo, which is, yeah, I think that's quite a good taster of the game. It just sort of introduces you to the ideas of what the game is all about and how it works and that kind of stuff. And, you know, I have had quite a lot of fun with it, even though it wasn't very good. And there were quite a lot of bits that you didn't see from when our sort of first initial run ended. And then I went, okay, let's get back to level 4 again. There were quite a lot of attempts. Yeah, I think we had to, 4 or 5 goes. So yeah, it was a tricky thing at points. And sometimes it did seem a little bit like the AI just had an overwhelming power against us. They just seemed to have all the cards and we had nothing. But maybe that is just how it works. If you were playing a card game with somebody else, an actual sort of physical card game, you can't choose the cards. And sometimes if you're playing a game like Uno, for example, we play Uno with the kids sometimes, occasionally you get a hand, your hand is rubbish, and somebody else's hand is really dominant and you just lose very quickly. And maybe that's just kind of represented in this. I thought maybe the game might give you a little bit of a leg up. Because, of course, you want to get through it and sort of, get the level ups and get nice cards and all that kind of stuff. But maybe the game doesn't do that. Maybe it's one of these harsh types of games, like a sort of a Souls-like game, a Castle Souls-like or something. But yeah, I do quite enjoy it. It's a fun little sort of thing. And yeah, once you figure out what's going on, it is actually relatively easy to play. But again, it's one of these games where, the more you play, the more you understand what's going on and how you can best the AI and what you're doing and how you can become better than your opponent. And you see them building up a great big pile of attack point things, so you have to try and maybe reduce them or build up your defences before they deploy their big strong attack or whatever, that kind of a thing. So there's a bit of strategy involved, but I think once you actually sort of know what the cards and that are doing, it is quite straightforward to play. But yeah, difficult to master, but easy to actually sort of sit down and play. And I do quite like the way it looks. I like the style. It's sort of quite a sort of a fun, silly style. And yeah, you've got the people over here. I say people. I don't know what they are. These sort of representatives in your castle. So your magic officer, your fighty officer, and your building officer. They're on sort of little sort of floaty things, little floaty helmets. And then, the characters have all got sort of little legs. The knights have got little legs. They run out with their swords and such, which is quite fun. So, yeah, I think it's quite a fun thing. And, yeah, it's just a tiny little sort of very straightforward game, I would say. But it was really enjoyable. So, yes, the demo is indeed on Steam right now. If you're interested, there is a link to the Steam store page in the video description. So you can go and check it out and have a little go if you want to. But, yes, I think because we have come to the end of the demo, we shall wrap things up for now with our look at Castle vs. Castle. Hopefully you did enjoy this. If you did, please do leave a like. That would be most marvellous indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with all the other bits and bobs and nonsense that we get up to in the Geek Cupboard. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I'll see you next time. Look at Swain's hat! Oh, it's worth it just for the hat. Oh, it's so pointy. Oh my goodness me. Okay, right, we might have to deploy the decency mugs there. Things are going to get a bit weird, everybody. Buckle yourselves in. I am in the throes of ecstasy, aided by a shoe. He's kept his hat on.